speech. Our next speaker is from the Winter Haven Toastmasters Club. He is preparing his presentation for the International Speech Contest, starting out in District 48 and going on to the world. Mark Guy. The title is Speak Up, from the Persuade with Power Project, number 9 in the Hyper Advanced Communication Manual. Mr. Guy.
Speak up, and you can change your life. Speak up, and you can give a voice to someone who doesn't have one. Fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests, have you ever remained silent about things that matter to you? I have. In fact, silence and I were the best of friends. I used to run into its warm embrace so we could sit together. It started when I was just a little boy. We came to this country from Russia. I was so excited. I'm gonna make so many new friends, and I hope they like me. I was finally at the land of the free and the home of the brave. Except brave, I was not. I remember walking to school the very first day, and my hands were shaking with fear, and my legs froze. And all my childhood dreams of making friends and going to parties got burst just like the water bubbles in the air. Maybe hard for you to believe, but I wasn't always this big or this charming. On the very first day, I got teased and bullied. Maybe because of the way I looked, or maybe because of my strange accent. But by the time lunchtime came around, I was so terrified to speak. In fact, I clenched the plastic food tray and covered my face, trying to escape. I was a stranger in a strange land, so terrified to speak. Have you ever felt like me? Over the years, I learned that silence can kill. In fact, silence almost killed me. 10 years ago, I moved on with my life, got a new home, new job in Philadelphia, and I met a girl. And everything was going great, except as we tangled together in our relationship, there were some major differences between us. Do you ever get a feeling inside your gut that something's just not quite right, but you say nothing? See, I was convinced that remaining silent was the best way to handle the relationship. Boy, was I wrong. One night, my girlfriend and I, she invited me to meet her friends. Yeah, sure. Next thing I know, I found ourselves in a bad section of town. Next, I was robbed and assaulted by the same friends, my girlfriend. My girlfriend? She left! What? Abandoned me! I remember as I woke up that March night and tried to regain my consciousness. Stood up, I looked around. Very first thought in my mind, I gotta learn how to pick better girlfriends. Before that night, in Philadelphia, it was I who abandoned myself first. Every time I had a chance to speak up for what was important to me, guess what I said? Absolutely nothing. And with every moment, part of me died. And that's how I learned. If you don't speak up, you're going to have to live with the consequences of your silence. Silence kills. But it doesn't have to be that way. It starts with having the courage, speaking up. My friend Anna taught me that. I met her in Orlando. We worked together in a nonprofit. She listened to all my stories. She made fun of me. We became friends. One day, the boss at a firm asked to speak to Anna. Now, he was a bully. He was beating people into the submission with his words. Normally, it's his way, the highway. A few minutes into the meeting, I see Anna running for the exit. I said, Anna, wait! What happened? She stopped, turned around, and I saw tears going down her face. And in her silence, I heard her voice. Time to speak is now. I had flashbacks from all those years when I was bullied. As I walked over to see my boss. As I came over, I looked him straight in the eye, and I said, I cannot do this. Cannot be part of any organization that bullies anyone, anytime. Because silence kills. Anna and I both left, but it gave courage to others to speak up against the bully. And Anna was never bullied again. Now, if someone like me, strange looks, strange accent, can do that, just imagine what you can do. See, every time we remain silent about things that matter to us, we take a step backwards. And one day, we look at ourselves and we don't even know who we are anymore. All we see is just a patchwork of moments of silence sewn together with fear. Time to speak is now. Because when you do, you have the courage to step forward. And your heart will remind you, even in your heartbreak, that you still remember how to love. When you speak up, you remember how to be a friend. And you can give a voice to someone who doesn't have one. Now I get it. It is scary, scary, scary to speak up. Especially if you've been hurt, abandoned, and bullied. I know. But when you speak up, you let go of the fear, and you conjure up hope. And that means everything. A few weeks ago, my friend told me, Mark, your life shrinks and expands according to your courage. But you'll never know it unless you speak up. Mr. Toastmaster.